Hello everyone and welcome back to Nagash, which is a channel dedicated to Sigmar, and in this video we'll be returning back to the Free Peoples, and this is going to be their last video for now, and this is going to be part 3 of their army, which of course is going to be their heroes. And in the terms of Free Peoples, it's going to be the General. It's just standard free guild hero, as he's the only one, but he can be used in a variety of ways, so we'll be looking quite extensively into that. What I do want to say in this video is that I'm not going to show the war scroll up on the screen for too long, like, you know, when it goes on for like 5 minutes stuff, because a lovely guy called PJ has sent me some photos of his army, which I will be putting throughout this video. Some of the units might not be relevant to the war scroll we're talking about, which is the Free Guild General, or the Free Guild General and Griffin, but it's a nice army I wanted to show on the video. And on that note, if you guys have armies that I will be reviewing, please send me photos of your army and I will make sure that they get onto the videos, just to make it a bit nicer than just having artwork and GW, you know, photos of their models. It's nice to show the community side of it, I think. And when I say like for armies I might be doing, I'll be reviewing all the armies that I haven't done already, so crack on, feel free to send me those pictures. Right, so getting into the video, let's have a look first off at the Free Guild General. And so he's going to cost you 100 points for the Free Guild General, so pretty cheap. He can be taken a variety of weapon types, which we'll get to when we look at the war scroll. He is, like I say, 100 points, and of course he plays the leader role on the battlefield. Right, so let's have a look at his war scroll. So it's quite a big one. There's quite a lot here, and that's because there's a variety of ways you can equip him. So let's have a look at the description. It's quite a big description for this guy. So it says a Free Guild General is a single model. Some generals favour the heft of a two-handed great weapon in battle, but others prefer a magical single-handed Sigmarite weapon, which they can wield alongside a Free Guild shield. If riding to war, a general may instead slay his foes with a Free Guild lance. Many Free Guild Generals carry a pistol instead of a shield to shoot their foes from afar. Occasionally a Free Guild General will have the honour of carrying a stately war banner. Okay, so there's quite a bit of variety there, which is nice. So, you know, like I say, you don't have many heroes for a Free Guild General. You have like, what, 2 different, you know, war scrolls, if you like to call it like that. But there's a variety of ways you can equip them to make it a bit different, give you some variety. Right, so looking at the wheel stats, so we've got a 5-inch movement, a 4+ save, a 7 bravery and 5 wounds. Yes, I like that. If you do take a warhorse though, like it says in the abilities, your movement characteristic is 12 rather than 5. Basically take a warhorse. I don't know many reasons why you wouldn't, because you get a huge increase to your movement characteristic. You know, it's more than double it. And so yeah, I'd definitely take a warhorse. But we've got a 4+ save, bravery 7. Yeah, that's bravery 7 is good. A 4+ save is good, and 5 wounds. You would think maybe a bit more for the horse, but bear in mind this war scroll is not purely for if you take him on a war horse, so it has to incorporate a 1 on foot, and they are all the same sort of point cost. When I say sort of the same, I mean they are the same point cost because you're paying for the war scroll. Right, so then looking at the weapons, so we've got a pistol. So this is a 9-inch range, 1 attack, 3 to hit, 3 to win, minus 1 rend and 1 damage, which is an alright attack. It's quite short range, it's only 1 attack, it's only 1 damage, but it's a 3 to hit, 3 to win, minus 1 rend. That's the best thing about it. But of course it means that you can't take a shield, so we're going to have to see what the shield does when we get to it, because that's really what is going to tell us if the pistol is worth taking or not. Right, so then going into the melee weapons, so everyone will get the warhorse's steel shod hooves if you're taking one on a warhorse, but there are 3 here that you're going to have to pick from, and these are the Sigmarite weapon, the Great Weapon, and the Free Guild Lance. Right, so looking at the Sigmarite weapon first, so it's got a 1-inch range, 5 attacks, 3 to hit, 4 to wound, minus 1 rend and 1 damage. The Great Weapon has got a 1-inch range, 3 attacks, 3 to hit, 3 to wound, minus 2 rend, D3 damage. And then the Free Guild Lance has got a 2-inch range, 3 attacks, 3 to hit, 4 to wound, minus 1 rend and 2 damage. Firstly, I think the Free Guild Lance is better than the others, but you have to take him on a warhorse to get that. You're probably going to do that anyway. I mean, you could say the Great Weapon's maybe better, but you can't take a shield with the Great Weapon. So, yeah, I'd say the Free Guild Lance is better. I'd take this guy on a horse all day long, purely. You know, why wouldn't you? Unless you guys know of a reason, please let me know down below. So I'd take the Free Guild Lance that. And then going into the abilities, so we've got the Stately War Banner. So a general with a Stately War Banner gains the totem keyword. You can roll 2 dice and choose the lowest when taking battleship tests for 3 people units from your army within 24 inches of the Stately War Banner. Okay, So that's a huge range, 23 inches, because that's not wholly within, that is just 23 inches. Expect when these guys to get a battle tome at some point, whenever they do, that's going to change the wholly within. However, rolling 2 dice for your battleship test and picking the lowest result is very good, purely because, like we've reviewed in the army video, their bravery's not the best, especially with Demigriffs. I believe it was bravery 6 and I had a problem with that. So yeah, anything to really help you guys from their models running away is really going to be needed. So that's something that might be worth thinking about. And I can't really see where it says you can't take a stately war banner and a offensive weapon. I can't really see that. I think you might be able to take it as well. If I'm wrong, please let me know, but if I'm right, let me know as well. It'll be interesting to see that, because again, if you can just take one, then why wouldn't you? Right, okay, then we go on to the next ability, which is Charging Lance. So add on to the damage characteristic of the model's lance if it charges turn. Yep, another reason why I like the lance. So now it's 3 damage from make a charge and 12-inch movement. You should be getting a few charges off in a game, so yeah, I do like that. The next one is a 3 guild shield, and what this does is a 3 guild general with a 3 guild shield has a 3+ save. Okay, firstly, that makes a 3+ save. I think it's better than the pistol. Yep, so the pistol isn't worth it for me. The pistol looks cool though, and there's some cool models with pistols, but for me, the shield is better to have that 3+ save, especially on a character like this, which a 3+ save for 3 people is not very common. So yes, I would go for that. And then the command ability we've got is Hold the Line. So if a 3 guild general uses this ability, pick up to 3 free people units within 15 inches. These units cannot move or charge during your turn, but you can add 1 to all hit rolls and wound rolls for them until your next hero phase. Okay, so this is quite good. So remember the great companies we talked about in the Allegiance ability video for the free peoples, which was the part 1 on video. We talked about great companies, and the good thing about them is that they're quite like a solid block, and PJ also said this to me, that what he does is he uses his great companies as sort of like a solid foundation, like either I presume to be on an objective or something like that, and he uses his demigriffs to, run alongside, do the flanking, do the damage output. So what that means is that you're probably going to have a block of stuff that's not going to be moving too far anyway, and especially if they're shooting units. And the other thing to mention is that it says, so you can pick 3 units, yeah? They all have to be 3 peoples, and they cannot move or charge during your turn. But remember, you can charge at the end of the enemy's charge phase, I think it is, with the Great Company's ability, or shoot them, of course. But so that is pretty good. So you can tie in there, so you can use this and still be able to charge. It's not as an effective charge, obviously, because it's in the enemy's charging phase, but it's pretty good. It's definitely worth the thought going into there as a way you could use it there. And like I said to you before, quite a few of the hit rolls for the 3 peoples is a 5, and that's like their black powder weaponry, so that's like their handguns and so on. But remember, the handgunners, they're hitting on a 5. There's ways to make that better on their own war scroll, but with this you're adding 1 to the hit roll as well. And it doesn't say the combat phase, it just says add 1 to the hit roll. So it worked there, and it's also from wound rolls as well. So that's why I do think handgunners, going back to them, are the best shooting option for the 3 people personally. Right, okay, and then lastly, looking at the keywords, so we've got Order, Human, 3 peoples, Hero, and 3 guild generals. So the 2 most important ones there, of course, are 3 peoples and Hero. So yeah, that is the 3 guild general. Unmounted. When I say unmounted, I mean obviously you can be on a warhorse, but I mean like unmounted from the big Griffin, which we'll get to next. But yeah, considering how few heroes they've got, not a bad start, because like I said, we've only got 2. They're both generals anyway, but it's good that they actually add something to the army rather than going like, well, they're a bit alright in combat, but they don't really support anything. What do I do with it? This guy is going to be something worth taking your army, so it's nice to see that they have that. Right, and then moving on to obviously the biggest and most impressive model the 3 guild have, of course, is going to be the 3 guild general on a Griffin. So this guy is only costing you 260 points, and that is not bad at all. Of course, he's going to be a behemoth, and he is a leader, and he plays those roles in your army, and I think he plays it pretty well. So going into his war scroll. Right, so firstly, his description. So a 3 guild general on Griffin is a single model. Many 3 guild generals ride to war armed with a 3 guild lance to skewer their foes on the charge. Others prefer to carry a Sigmarite rune sword or a great hammer into battle. A 3 guild general may also carry a 3 guild shield to protect himself in battle. The general's Griffin fights with savage fury with its deadly beak and razor claws. Okay, so some options there as well. What I like, gives you a variety. So this guy's wheel stats, so first it's movement, and like I say, it is a monster, so he has got a damage table. So first his movement starts with 15 inches. That's huge. That's really good. Bear in mind this monster is only costing you 260 points, so it's not like a 440 point zombie dragon. I'm not saying it's as good as that, but it's, you know, it really does show the difference we've got there. So, right, his standard movement is 15 inches. When he takes 12 plus wounds, it goes down to 7 inches, but isn't too bad. To be honest, still very fast. It's got a 4 plus save, bravery 7, and 13 wounds. 4 plus save is good for a monster, in my personal opinion. Of course, like a 3 plus save is better. And the thing is, in Age of Sigmar, you know, over time, because bear in mind this has been a model since the start of Age of Sigmar, over time damage output has got a lot easier to do. So saves need to be a bit better to counter that. But a 4 plus save, you know, is still not bad for how many points this model is. Right, bravery 7. I'd like it to be bravery 8. I'd like it to show the pinnacle here for the free peoples, but bravery 7 isn't bad. And then 13 wounds, so more wounds than your standard monster, especially for those sort of points. So 13 wounds, yes, that is good. Right, and then looking at the melee weapon, so there's no missile weapon, so looking at the melee weapon, so we've got the 3 guild lances, 2-inch range, 3 attack, 3 hit, 4 wound, -1 red, and 1 damage. So the same as we saw for the 3 guild general non-mounted on the Griffin. I think that's the best way to describe it. But yes, the same we've seen for that so far. So yep, that's cool. Sigmar rune sword, so 1-inch range, 5 attacks, 3 hit, 4 wound, -1 rend, and 1 damage. So I believe that's exactly the same as we saw for the 3 guild general on his other war scroll. And then we've got the Sigmar great hammer, so 1-inch range, 3 attacks, 3 hit, 3 wound, -2 rend, D3 damage. Again, I think that's similar to the great weapon, I think it's called, on the other war scroll. And the yeah, it's got -2 rental, which is nice. It's got good to hit into wound characteristics. And then we've got the Griffin's deadly beak. So this is a 2-inch range, 2 attacks, freeze the hit, freeze the wound, -2 rend, and then its damage is on the damage table. So to start with, it's D6 damage. That is a very nice attack for something like this. It's the hit characteristic is better than a zombie dragon. Right, and then the Griffin's razor claw. So start with 6 attacks, hits on a 4, wins on a 3, -1 rend, and 2 damage. So those attacks, you can chuck out a fair amount of damage, this guy, especially for your free people. And yeah, it's not costing you a lot of points either. So you definitely see, like, if I was there with other free people's arm, I'd definitely be putting one of these in it. And the model, I think, stands the test of time. I think it's an awesome looking model. Right, and then going into the abilities, so we've got the charging lance. Add 1 to the damage characteristics of this model's lance if it charged this turn. Yep, we expect it. A 3 guild shield. So a 3 guild shield makes your general have a 3-up save instead of a 4-up save. And that basically just goes with what I said earlier about a save. Like a 4th save isn't bad, but because damage has increased, it'd be nice to have it a bit better. The 3-up save, yeah, perfect. Now you've got a 3-up save for your monster that anyone's going to try and kill. So, yeah, brilliant. And then the next ability is Piercing Blood Roar. So in the Battle Shock phase, a Griffin can loose a Piercing Blood Roar at a unit within 8 inches. If it does, then that unit must roll 2 dice and use the highest result if it has to take a Battle Shock test at that phase. Okay, that's huge. I've talked about why Battle Shock is so important before, how you can weaponize it. Because let's just say a typical favourite example of mine, a unit breeds. Bravery 6, yeah? Right, let's say they've got a unit of 10, and let's say 4 of them died. Now they need to roll a 1 or 2 on their Battle Shock test to be okay. Now you're making them roll 2 dice, so unless they get a 1 and 2 on both those dice, they're going to be in trouble. One's going to be running away. And it just really, really adds up and can make it really nasty, especially how, like, Sinister, you know, that scenery rule out there that makes enemy units within 1 inch of it, I believe, -1 bravery. Yeah, it really does show how you can really weaponize the Piercing Blood Roar. I mean, obviously it depends on Sinister's terrain scenery stuff, but that, especially with some armies, you can really do some nasty, like, after battle damage, really. You know, when I say after battle, I mean after combat phase damage. Right, so then going into its command ability, so we've got Arousing and Battle Cry. So if a 3 guild general on Griffin uses this ability, pick a 3 people's unit within 15 inches. Until your next hero phase, you can add 2 to that unit's bravery, add 1 to the charge rolls and hit rolls. So I imagine this one is good for your demigriffs. I can imagine that's where people go for this one. So what I quite like is that this one is not the same as the one on foot, which they could have, you know, you would have thought, well, it's not going to be the same. Funny enough, Games Workshop can sometimes do that. So it's nice that it's different, and it's nice to have a different role. So this guy can be running up with your demigriffs, whilst your other general, not on a Griffin, can be staying back. He can be making the ones at the back get better to hit rolls they're shooting, or just to be, like, you know, the block they are, to make the, you know, the great company better, whilst this guy's running up and charging the enemy, and with the demigriffs doing that as well, making them better to fight essentially, and adding 2 to the bravery characteristics, it now means they have bravery 8, which absolutely solves any problems I have with the bravery 6 demigriff. So yes, I do like that one a lot. And then going into keywords, we've got Order, Human, Griffin, Free Peoples, Monster, Hero, and Free Guild General. So the important ones here, of course, are going to be Free Peoples, Monster, and Hero. And that brings us to the end of the unit review. So this is also going to be the last unit reviewed in this video, and that's because the Free People, like I said, they've only got 2 heroes, but I've enjoyed it very much looking at them. I think the Free Guild General isn't a disappointment, especially on him on Griffin. I think he's very cool. And I hope you've enjoyed the photos provided by PJ. Again, PJ, I'm going to say thank you very much again for sending those in. And like I said, if anyone else wants to send me photos of their armies, I will get them on the videos when it is relevant. So I'd really, really love to show off your armies. It's sort of hard work. And a lot of people say, like, oh, their army isn't well painted. Trust me, I'm sure it is. And it'd be lovely to see it. So make sure you can send those to me. Send it to them on Discord, which is going to be in the link on the description of the video. Or you can send to me via email, which I've put up on my last community post. Right, so with that, guys, I hope very much you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. It's all completely free for you guys to do so, and massively, massively helps the channel in a way that is completely free for you guys to do, and really does help benefit and make the channel grow. Right, and then if you would like to support the channel a step further, I've got a Patreon account now I've created, which the link for that is in the description down below, so I greatly appreciate if you could look at it there. And exactly what Patreon allows me to do is not have adverts on my channel, as I want to avoid it for as long as possible, but it still allows me to get some support for the channel, because it does cost money buying things like battle time, especially for armies I don't do. Trying to save things for like microphone, camera equipment, it really allows me to do that, and also just gives me huge motivation and justification of why I can spend time on this channel. As on YouTube, of course, you know this, well, YouTubers like myself, we don't get paid by YouTube, so any support really, really does help and goes straight back into the channel. So with that, I'd like to do a shout out for my vampires on Patreon. These are the tier 2 people, and these are the people who donate at least $5 a month, and this is going to be to Max, Kyle, Simon, and Martin. So again, guys, thank you very much for your donations and continued support. It is really going to add up towards getting those things. Like I always say, the microphone I think is probably going to be the next thing I get. I think that's the thing that's most needed. A camera would be cool to do battle reports and stuff, but I think I'm going to put a vote to you guys in the Patreon so you guys can decide what I get next for the channel. So guys, if you could check that out, that'd be absolutely fantastic. If you can't support me on Patreon, that's absolutely fine. I'm just really glad you checked out the video today. So guys, I thank you very much for watching this video, and remember, until next time, Nagash is all, and all is one in Nagash.